Previously on Two Brothers Great Wall.
Momentous occasion for the both of us and for our dad, which we'll be sending those pictures to in a minute.
I think he'll be happy with those pictures.
But now it's time for us to leave Old Dragon's Head behind, head north towards Dandong, and finish our journey in about 600k.
All right.
Let's get moving.
Along the beach then?
Let's go.
Let's go.
We had friends that could help us navigate across the border from Hebei province into Liaoning province. We took small village roads rather than the main roads and went around checkpoints.
顺着这条路往那边走。到了水泥路，然后就往102那边走。对的，从这儿走。
We eventually made it.
Here we are in beautiful Liaoning. Anyway, we've made it. We're going to celebrate
with a bit of coffee.
589 kilometers. Not bad.
And so the foot slog began, driven by a need for completion, to finally reach Tiger Mountain.
You won't believe what we found in this little county town.
Oh my goodness.
Chocolates,
Nice.
some Ferrero Rochers, Pringles and Haagen-Dazs.
Awesome. Some comfort treats.
Quite costly. It's like 3 nights accommodations worth.
300?
No, 220.
Oh, not too bad.
Yeah.
I'll take that.
Dig into these ice creams.
Oh,
Which one do you
awesome.
want? Belgian chocolate or macadamia nut?
I'm okay with any. Both are really nice.
You go ahead.
Okay, let's do this.
As we finish our third day into Liaoning province, we book a hotel ahead of our progress. But the hotel is in the next city district, and as we take a taxi towards that city district, we find that COVID policy is tightening.
So we're having to assemble the cart here to put everything in because the car can't get through. So our taxi can't get through. Yeah, lots of barriers to cross.
We could already see our options were shrinking.
Okay, let's get moving. So with no support crew, we have to ride these public bikes to the start line. So that adds a bit of strain on our bodies. But it's definitely necessary because we don't want to miss out any bit of this journey. We're just gonna do it bit by bit. So today we have to go to the border with Xincheng, not meaning border with a country. It's just a border with another county town, and there's a large police presence. I have to sneak through there, get a taxi on the other side, and go to where we left off. And there's Tommy in the back. Oh, finally some downhill. Yeah, let's go. 有政策吗？文书呢？
走过去不妨碍你们管交通就行了。有什么问题吗？有问题，
非常有问题。
因为我们是遵守国务院的政策。
你们蒙不了我们。
遵守国务院的，你们给我们留一个电话，然后我们今天正常走。
对我们不车。
我们不需要通行证。
什么通行证？
能擅自挡行。没有成文的文件，不要瞎在这儿挡人，好不好？我们有核酸，我们现在做好了个人的保护措施，你们不要随便这样封路。再见，再见。
没有问题。
请你后边等待。我需要看成文的政策。我说要请你们后边等待。因为需要通行证。
It's a loudspeaker.
没有问题，我们是在中国长大的。对对对，我知道，但是这个法律在哪儿摆的也没用。对，你的唯一的目的，你想看那个上面指的那个，对，你们也不给那个文件就得给你说了，给你那个说了。
你一直打12345或者是辅导是190度询问，
你们肯定是没有打过那个电话，你们打过的话，你们就知道
这是你的，
这是
听着用，这是你的推测，你没去实际去解决。现在告诉你了，你可以去实际去解决了。
If it was this difficult going from district to district in the same city, it would be impossible for us to get to the next city of Jinzhou. The border between the city we were in, Huludao, and the next city, Jinzhou, was a river. We knew from experience that there would certainly be checkpoints on every bridge across that river. After much deliberation, we decided to look for a way back to Beijing. Going home wasn't as easy as we thought. After going back and forth, using back doors and connections, we finally had a window of opportunity.
Quick update, we're in the train station now in Huludao Shi. Last night we got rid of those pop-up windows and we immediately booked tickets, and then we'll be back in Beijing later tonight at around 11. Short term bye-bye, but we will be back and we will do Huludao to Dandong. But we've done our best and we've broken some records, right? So just arrived in Shenyang. It's a 50 minutes or 1 hour layover. Hopefully we'll board without any problems.
With our pop-up windows removed, the success of our return to Beijing depended on whether or not we could receive our new nucleic acid test results before we arrived in Beijing. We got on the train. What a miracle. Now let's see if we can get down to the train station. And about 30 minutes before we arrived in Beijing, check it out. Boom. New nucleic acid test. We're super fresh right now. Let's go.
Christmas come early.
Yes.
We now have a 99% chance of success. We're now in Beijing. Hopefully nothing will go wrong. Seems like the coast is clear. And all we have to do is exit the train station and go home.
1 month later, we had the opportunity to present our story at the British ambassador's residence.
It's January the 6th, 2023, and we're in Jimmy's car on the expressway going downtown into central Beijing to attend an ambassadorial reception to celebrate Jimmy and Tommy's run along the Great Wall of China. What's amazing about today's reception is it was exactly 35 years ago today I was accorded an ambassadorial reception in London by the then Chinese ambassador Ji Chaozhu. It's going to be an amazing gathering of international friends of the Great Wall, and we're really looking forward to this unmasked occasion.
Admittedly, at this point, we had not completed the stretch to Dandong, but we had matched our father's journey from Jiayuguan to Shanhaiguan.
嘉峪关的最后边的。
不，他们举一下，再找一个合适的地方。他们举一下照相，跟你
照一合影啊。
对呀，
照一合影，最好让他们现在照，一会儿乱了不是的。
时间完成了3263公里的明长城主线。
祝你们新年快乐！ I'm delighted that the Great Wall has not been a wall or a barrier between our countries, but it has become a bridge between our countries.
Gosh, that's incredible.
Behind our smiles, there was a hint of disappointment. We promised ourselves that we would reach Dandong. We even printed it on our t-shirt. But we knew from our father's story that this Great Wall fever isn't just for a few months, but an entire lifetime. So we swore to add 600 more kilometers to this number and complete our promised journey.
So at Beijing Station with a much lighter version of the baby. It's summer edition. Oh, that looks very different.
Back to the same hotel. Feels really strange. Nothing locked down. Everything back to normal.
We're back. This is such a weird feeling, isn't it?
We're just so glad everything's opened up. It's such a weird feeling.
We're back to the Holiday Inn. Same room.
And we have our gear. And when we were at the restaurant, the service staff actually recognized us. We recognized them too. It's so funny. We're back in the same situation, but very different in many ways. Looking forward to starting the next leg of the journey tomorrow morning.
But it's completely different world now.
The world
isn't
has
it?
changed, yeah.
These mansions are still here, and they're still unfinished. You know.
It feels so easy not being stopped every 20 minutes.
By the police.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're at the intersection where we were stopped by the police, and we decided to walk back, and we had a discussion over pizza, deciding we would go back to Beijing and wait for COVID to end. And it did end after a few weeks. But now we're back, and we're going to progress from this point on. We're going to forget the past, and we're going to move forward. Let's go.
Without the barriers we saw last year, we didn't even need support crew. We took taxis everywhere, from hotel to start line, from finish line back to hotels. The only time we needed to push our pram was when we needed to switch hotels. The only visible remains of the Ming Wall in Liaoning that are ahead of us are at Hushan, so we took the direct route along the coast. Compared to last year, this was like going on a beach holiday.
Resting on the side of the road. And went in some newly developed economic zone.
Yeah, some industrial zone.
Yeah, and I saw that it had direct investment from the central government, so I guess it's some important project.
Although COVID policies had been lifted, a lot of restaurants and shops were really suffering, so wherever we went, we were received by great hospitality. It was smooth sailing from then on, as we covered vast distances across salt plains and sea urchin farms.
Sweating bullets.
Really hot.
Yeah, scorcher. Can't wait for a nice cold whatever.
Yeah, whatever. So we've just come off the road into an air-conditioned little restaurant. Jimmy's drinking some of that soda. And we've got the baby parked here, and check this out. High quality moonshine with a pop top. And look at that. There's some Panax ginseng, if you know what I mean.
You know, in the Qing Dynasty, the emperors built a great wall to keep the Han Chinese out of Manchuria, so they wouldn't go and dig up a load of ginseng.
I suppose this is farmed now. And basically what you do in a restaurant like this is you come up to the fridge, you pick your ingredients. Instead of a menu, you pick your ingredients and they make it for you in the kitchen.
There's a picture. There's a video.
Okay.
So we've just found a taxi that would take us. And he's doing a bit of a trucker's hitch to really get that pram in there. Pretty good. Well, I'm gonna enjoy the air conditioning.
It was good to see China so lively, and we had high hopes for the future.
We're told that Panjin is very famous for crabs and rice. The reason they have these plastic barriers around the fields are so that the crabs won't crawl down to migrate to different water sources. And yeah, they actually farm the crabs and the rice in the same fields. Isn't that cool?
Yeah, it's really cool. I think, yeah, you see the bubbles there? Sometimes you can see like bubbles coming out. I think that's it. They're breathing.
Probably. We know nothing about crabs though, but this is what the taxi driver told us. All right, back on the road again.
Summer in Liaoning felt so different. We were battling scorching days rather than COVID roadblocks and the cold. A trip like this helps you appreciate some of the smaller things.
Nice view actually, hey?
All we worried about was what we were going to have for the next meal. In rural areas, it was quite difficult to find restaurants, but the owners of this little general store allowed us to use their own personal kitchen.
What's he doing here, Tommy?
So it looks like we have to cook our own lunch here. Picking up some tomatoes, some noodles. 我们是中英混血儿，做一个那个西红柿鸡蛋饼。是在这儿切东西吧？
对。
Okay. So we're gonna grab some eggs. Gonna make a classic egg and tomato noodle.
Nice.
What do you think? 6 eggs?
6 eggs is fine.
Okay.
Yeah. It gets hot very quick. It's a jet blaster.
You're going to add a bit of salt. Looks pretty good, eh? Now we've got our sauce, which is a tomato and egg mix. Now we're going to put in some of this noodle that was freshly made, I think. That's a lot of noodles. I've miscalculated a bit.
谢谢。
谢谢啊。
谢谢。
We had our fill of noodles and fruit. Cooking in the family kitchen of these nice locals is one of the fondest memories I have of this leg of the journey.
Very good experience with the lovely family back in the shop, hey,
Yeah,
Tommy?
big smiles.
Yes.
Finally, some smiles.
Yes, that's the main difference between this year and last year. Last year, it was all mostly hostility. This year's mostly curiosity. Firstly, they're a bit anxious, and then a bit curious, and then they're really interested in our story.
Yeah.
And they offered to give us that lunch for free, but we said we had a sponsor and we had to pay them. So we ended up paying them 50 yuan, and that was pretty good.
Really good
right?
meal, yeah.
Yes,
Big
let's
smile on
keep
my
going.
face, yeah, we only have to do 8k after lunch.
Nice.
And,
Okay.
We'll get a taxi or
And
something back.
there's a cloud.
Yeah, all is well.
Yes, all is well.
All is well. Where's this Ushan Mountain Great Wall, mate?
It's over there.
It's in Dandong, innit?
Yeah, Dandong.
Well, I gotta tell you, we're now entering Dandong, the jurisdiction of the city of Dandong, and this marks our last 4 days of walking and running. So let me show you. Right there. Woohoo!
Victory was in sight. Nothing could stop us now. On the next episode, we will finally reach our ultimate goal.